Hi, everyone. My name is Nathan Furey. I'm an assistant professor here in the Department of Biological Sciences, and I am the head of the Fish and Movement Ecology Lab here at UNH. I am a fish biologist, but I'm also specialized in marine animal movements. And so from a practical sense, this means that my lab takes a lot of time in trying to define the space use, habitats used or selected for by animals, how quickly do they move or migrate. In some instances, we can estimate survival rates, and we can incorporate a lot of this information to try to develop habitat distribution models to predict where and when animals will be located. One of the main methods that my lab uses to investigate movement ecology in marine environments is called acoustic telemetry. So we can take an animal such as a striped bass, put an electronic tag in it that's going to emit a unique acoustic signal, and that unique acoustic signal can be heard by hydrophones or listening stations placed in both saltwater, estuarine, as well as freshwater systems. It gives us individual level information on their movements. And my lab has tagged thousands of animals across ecosystems and taxa, from very small fish all the way up to large pelagic animals and even crustaceans. And we're also now working with others that use other technologies such as GPS tags on seabirds and applying some of our quantitative tools to these critters as well. And so these types of studies can be done really across spatial and temporal scales. So whether it's tracking a salmon migration for over 1,000 kilometers, or whether it's a baywise study such as the movements of rainbow smelt in the top left, or we can even use positioning systems where we can, to just a couple square meters, look at the movements of an individual animal relative to an anthropogenic feature such as being showed in the bottom right-hand side. However, it's not just looking at where do these animals go, but also trying to understand the ecology behind their behavior. So here we've applied a statistical model known as a hidden Markov model to the movements of these GPS tagged seabirds. And those blue dots that you're seeing shown up are areas that are likely to be foraging grounds for these terns. And this idea of foraging is really important in our lab. So we also use stomach content studies to look at what animals are feeding on and how quickly are they feeding. And then what is also the quality of that diet. So as that diet changes from one season to another, or as waters warm, what does that actually mean for their growth potential, which is going to influence their fecundity or their population productivity as well. And so whether it's movements or feeding, we try to integrate those as much as possible to understand the impacts of anthropogenic effects, whether it's increasing temperatures, wind development, aquaculture, or kind of more traditional blue economy measures such as commercial fishing. So with that, thank you so much. My email is at the bottom.